there is no set goal where we have to do like that's only the way. Like it's a game of basketball, so we're gonna find different ways.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives us so many opportunities and different looks, and I think just the versatility with it. If you want to, I mean, you can switch it, and then you'll have. I mean, it just depends on matchups, of course, but I mean, just depending on ball screen coverage and how teams want to play us, and I think it all just can depend. But I mean, just you have the ability to throw it inside to Vlad, and arguably probably the best scorer in the country around the basket, and I mean, you surround that with shooting, and then I'm able to like work out and facilitate and great for my teammates. I think it's a recipe for success as long as we can just all buy into the same goal. And but our coach has been doing a great job, and everyone's buying in, so it's been awesome.
I know you two probably went up against one another pickup games in practice. So I guess Vlad, what's it like trying to defend Danny? What's it like trying to score these?
Same thing like I told you before. It's like playing against a guard who is a little bit harder to guard when he drives to the rim because of his size. So it's been challenging. It's been really challenging.
I mean, it's great getting guard Vlad. I mean, it prepares you for what I don't know what my minutes are going to be like, but I'm going to play a lot of five, of course, when Vlad's not in, and being able to just go up against again one of the best fives in the country every day, and physical, strong, and it just really helps me. And I mean, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge you got to take and accept and work at to get better.
Danny, as far as Dusty and his staff coming in and trying to establish the culture with a bunch of new pieces, how important has Vlad been since he played with them?
It's been great. Obviously, Vlad's the only player to come with Coach May and staff from FAU, and I mean, he buys into everything they say and gives a little bit more of a grounded approach to what they're doing, and has experience with it. And I mean, he's a built-in leader, and he's always smiling. He's always in a great mood, and I think guys can lean on him for advice when they need it, and ask him for what if coach is saying something you don't know what he's meaning, and then you can go to Vlad, and then he can help you, especially in my case. But no, Vlad's awesome to have around the facility and go up with every day.
Vlad, do you feel like you're part of building the culture just since you played with Dusty and them?
I mean, as we talked before, like culture is such a broad word. I hope we can build something together, and I'm trying to like my best to like help with culture and like with some kind of explanation, but it's fun.
Have you talked with Sam Walters and other big guys who play on the perimeter, and a couple of those big guards about playing on the perimeter as more of a long human being, longer on stuff like that? Have you talked with those players about that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, Sam played 2, 3, 4 at Alabama, and he's 6'10", and he's a shooter, and I mean, he has experience doing it, and I think just being able to be put in positions and succeeding in them, it takes time, and especially defensively, I mean, not even just defensively, offensively as well, and just learning like little tricks about things that work and might not work, and when to attack switches and when to attack different guys and matchups, and so it's been great having that. And then I mean, we have probably one of the taller rosters in the country, and it's fun, it's exciting, and it's something you don't get to see often. But yeah, we're all enjoying it.
And when you have those taller guys, not just you two, but Roddy Gale, Luke Jones, both taller guards. When you have that on the perimeter, how does that change the way, or if at all, the way that you scheme the interior defense?
Of course. Yeah, I think at Yale it was kind of an issue later on, and I have, of course, nothing but amazing things to say about my 2 years at Yale. But there'd be games where we would have a few non-shooters on the court, and it made it hard for driving lanes because teams could sit in the paint and let guys shoot that they wanted to shoot, and my teammates worked on it, and I'm sure they're going to be much better shooters this year, and I know they will be. But just I think that was a priority the coaches made, was bringing in shooters to really space the floor, especially with how they want Vlad and I to play together. But I mean, it just makes the game so easy and so fun because I like passing the ball, and when I'm able to create and get downhill and create for others, it's fun and exciting.
How different is it for you defensively playing more full?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a concern when I was getting recruited by Michigan, having to guard fours, whether that from all like whether it's 6'4" to 6'10", however tall they might be. And it was a priority I made in the weight room this summer, slimming down and really putting on muscle and trying to improve my lateral quickness. And I did just that thanks to my strength coach, who's awesome, Matt Aldred. But yeah, I think that, I've learned a lot, and from what I can hear from my coaches, they're surprised and I'm way further along than they had expected in terms of defense and how well I can move my feet. But of course, there's just so much more work to do, and obviously got to still work on some things and clean things up as practice continues on and we face different guys that I'm not used to seeing. But it helps having super athletic, strong guards who can help plug holes, as Coach Matt says, and having an interior guy like Vlad who can clean things up at the basket.
Do you expect teams to attack you early on, and how confident are you in that?
Go for it. I would love to see what happens.
What have you guys seen from Roddy Hill so far? Getting used to playing with him?
He's been incredible. Like, in my opinion, he's been incredible. He does all the fundamental stuff. He plays like hard. He plays great defense. He attacks when he needs to shoot. He shoots the ball. He has like a lot of experience, and you can feel his presence even if he didn't touch the ball, just because of he's been in the right position every single time.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what he said real quick, Roddy's awesome, and he played 2 great years at Ohio State and was one of the better guards in the Big Ten, and brings that leadership and veteran experience to our team. And he's been shooting the ball at a high clip, and he's awesome and fun to play with.
Does it help that he has that Big Ten experience?
Totally. I think aside from the 2 returning guys who played last year, I think Roddy really knows what Big Ten basketball is about, and we'll be going up and down in practice, and it's going to get physical. And Roddy will just start laughing because it's new for some guys just how physical the coaches want us to play, but Roddy it's what the Big Ten is, and it's what it's all about, and Roddy embodies that.
Has he expressed anything about it being weird that he played at Ohio State and now he's at Michigan?
Not really. I think he'll joke about it here and there, but I don't really think it comes up. I think it's the new norm in college basketball that guys are going to be wearing different jerseys often, and it just so happens that it happens to be a rivalry. Yeah.
How would you describe going up against him, and what do you think he's going to go against him?
Yeah, Zach's a great player. He really helped Princeton, and Princeton had a tremendous team last year. And our games against Princeton were always so much fun, and oftentimes I'd be matched up with him, and I'm sure he'll do a great job at Rutgers, and he can space the floor, and you put him in the corner, and he's going to hit open threes. That's what he did at Princeton. But yeah, I'm sure he's going to be a great guy for Princeton or for Rutgers, and going to bring some great leadership because that's what Princeton's about.
A smaller guy playing center for them last year. What does that do for you? Obviously, you're a bigger center, a lot of big centers in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit different of a play style, and it may have worked somewhat well in the Ivy League because there were no centers that were really 7'1" who have a 99% clip around the basket. But I don't know exactly how Rutgers is going to play him or what that entails or what he's up to now. But I'm interested to see how they guard.
Dusty pointed out Ruben Jones and Trey Downs is kind of flying under the radar this morning. I guess what have you seen from them? You think they've been kind of underrated?
100%. They obviously I've played against Ruben plenty of time, and I know how physical he is and how he's a great guy. He knows what winning is, and that's probably the best his quality, because when things go wrong, he's able to bring the leadership and put everybody together. And Trey, obviously, he's been great. He's a great athlete. He plays hard, so I think they're underrated.
Yeah, Ruben's awesome. He's such a talented player, and he's extremely quick and fast, which is great for how we want to play. And he's a winner. He's won a ton of games and brings a lot of versatility. He can play multiple positions, and he's awesome to play with. And obviously Trey played against him at the end of last year. And I remember when we were watching film as a team at Yale, and Trey was coming off the bench for Aiden Holloway, and I was just watching some of his clips, and I'm like, oh wow, this kid can really score, and really heady defender and strong-nosed guard, and just brings that kind of grit and toughness with him to Michigan, which is great for us.
guys adjust?
Yeah, I think Jace, Will, Namari, and then Harrison and Ian as well stayed. And I think that from a non-basketball perspective, they really help guys understand what Michigan's about, help younger guys get around campus. But then from a culture standpoint, Will and Amari and Jace really carry it well. And obviously Jace's dad is a Michigan legend and really cares about the Block M, and Will's a great leader, and then Amari as well. And I think they just bring that with them every day.
I just feel like the identity of the so far across the last year.
Want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
I would say that obviously Coach May has had a four-guard lineup for the past few years at FAU, and that's going to be a little different this year, obviously, but still really fast-paced. He wants to get up and down, wants to go, and then I think it's going to be a very pro-styled offense, and Coach May is in my opinion, one of the wisest minds in all of college basketball, and his sets, and it's really free-flowing, and if one thing doesn't work, you get to the next. It's not like every play is a set shot, which is great, and it keeps guys involved, and it's fun and a lot of different actions and different looks with how I think we have one of the tallest lineups in college basketball, and it's fun, it's exciting, and can go a lot of ways with how talented we are and how deep we are.
As Danny just said, there's a lot of different roster construction than there was for versus now. How have you seen the transition of coaching at FAU to coaching at Michigan, both culture-wise within the program and also set-wise, Big Ten-wise, conference-wise, a lot of different basketballs being played, roster-wise. What have you noticed between his coaching style and like what he's putting in set-wise, and also his demeanor with the players?
I like that he set like a high standard for FAU long time ago, and he keeps setting the standards, and that's something that he doesn't go back to. As he said, like he always saying like, as soon as we set that standards, we do not go lower than them. So it's been good to see that he man of his word, but he definitely adjusts a little bit practices. The practices become a little bit more physical because we understand what conference we're playing and what it takes to play in this.
You should talk about Will Cheddar from like a leadership standpoint. You weren't there last year, but have you seen his game develop this summer? You know, another big guy on the perimeter that's really alongside you.
He's been great. He has probably the best energy on the team. He brings it like every practice, every second. He has like so much energy, and he buy in like everything. So it's like it's unbelievable to have player on the side like him, because you understand he's here nothing but winning, and that's like the most amazing things.
The LJ case and how you real, and what have you guys seen from him?
Yeah, it's he's young. He just turned 18 a month ago. Really good kid, and I know our coaches and a lot of people are talking a big game, but when it comes down to it, he's one of the more talented scorers I've played with or against. Can really score the ball. High level finisher, 3-level creator. I mean, he's really talented on the ball, and I think our coaches are challenging him right now with becoming more of a leader. I mean, it's Big Ten, and it's a really competitive, hard-nosed league, and I think he needs to develop some leadership skills and really learn how to run a program as a point guard and control the game. But I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if in 2 years he's the best player in the Big Ten. I mean, he can really go. He's an unbelievable player.
What you played? Did you know him at all when he was a recruit for FAU?
I mean, I've talked to him, I've seen him. Like, I know him, no problem, because we didn't really talk that much. But definitely, when I was leaving for my official visit, he was coming back in, and I was like, "Oh, I know you." So we just like chat a little bit. So I kind of did know him, but kind of didn't know him.
What have you seen from him, though? I guess same type of stuff.
Yeah, we all have different challenges, and his challenge is like grew like as a leader and like being the head of the offense. So, but he has like huge potential. Like he's a great player.
What are kind of you guys' impressions of the true freshman Justin throughout that?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I think everyone sticks with fat. No, they're great. Justin is coming back from a little injury right now, and when he was playing, I mean, he has basketball in his blood and really mature for being a freshman point guard and knows the game really well, great pace. So I'm excited to see what he looks like when he's all healthy. And then, I mean, Fat Brooks is, our coaches say it every day in practice, like you don't want to go at Fat on when he's guarding you, like super athletic, and he's just really, really physical and competes. And if basketball was just defense, he'd be one of the best. I mean, would be an unbelievable. I mean, he'd be the best player on the court, in my opinion. Like, he's that good at defense. But I think offensively, that's what our coaches are really working with him right now, just expanding his offensive game. Because in high school, I mean, if you're coming to Michigan, you're probably going to be the best player on your team, and the ball's going to be on your hands. But it's just learning different roles. And, I mean, he's coming a long way, but he's so much fun to play with because he just does all the things the right way.
Same thing. It's like when I played with Justin as a lineup, he does not look like a freshman because of his experience, and it's probably like makes sense because of like how he was surrounded in basketball probably, but he looks way more experienced, and he like knows how to play, and he knows how to adjust to different roles. So he's been probably like one of the most mature players on the team. And how Dennis said about Fafat, like he's a great defensive player. He has like he just knows like where ball is gonna be like, and how he has to like distract the players. So he's definitely one of the best defender on the team right now.
Proven defenders on the perimeter. Does that take any pressure off of you as a rim protector and allow you to move?
I feel like it's a little bit opposite. It sets the standard that we have to be like even better. So like if they do if they do that much of a job, like we have to like level up and be like as good defenders as they are. So just like any other like top major team is competition makes you better, and this is the point.
Yeah, I think it sets a standard as to how you want to look defensively, and obviously some of the best defenders on the team. And I think from a scheme standpoint, it definitely helps, and especially just like with learning curves and learning bumps, it's like you know what you're going to get out of those guys, so it definitely alleviates some of that pressure. But I mean, it definitely sets a high standard as to what we should look like.
One of the most vocal leaders on the team right now, and when you have so many guys who've been that player for their teams, is it awkward at the beginning trying to figure out who is the one holding people accountable and everything?
I feel like we all like not scared to like correct each other, is because one of our like losings is like the critique and feedback is just depends on the way how you accept it, and we want to give each other feedback, and if we say something, like everybody has as much power like on a team. Like if you say something, I'm gonna listen to you. Like if it's freshman, senior, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think entirely new program, new coaches, and the thing that the coaches that are really emphasizing and making a big deal out of is really listening to everyone, as Vlad just said, and no matter who it is or what they're saying or how they're saying it, it's going to be in your best interest and their best interest, and you just got to take it, whether it's great criticism or if it's harsh criticism or if it's something you did well. It's take it, go to the next play and use it, and I think that it takes time to really establish who the leaders are, and I think that everyone's doing a great job of buying in.
You kind of talked about your Is there any other like specific things Dusty kind of challenged you to work on this summer?
Obviously defensively, which has been a main focus, just being able to move my feet. And then offensively, it's really like shooting threes when I'm open and like really getting threes up, and it's just the best way to space the court. So that's a big thing, and just different techniques when coming off of ball screens and how to attack switches or how to attack a drop coverage and just different footwork and all of that stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's just a daily thing, and we get to learn every day. And as guys get back and fully recover and get healthy, and we see our full team out there together, it's going to be fun and exciting.
Where would you say your comfort level is at?
Right now, I'm as comfortable as I could be. I think the level. I think I'm way more comfortable now than I was when I first walked onto campus. We have great defensive-minded coaches, and Coach Joyner and Coach Boynan and Coach Church, and we split up every day in practice and do offense and do defense, and we really get to really focus on that for however long it is in practice, and it's very one-on-one with those coaches, and it's been great, and they're really smart, and they've coached great players, and I've been able to learn a ton, but yeah, I feel really comfortable no matter who it is in front of me that I'm going to be able to put my best foot forward.
Some of the guys have said that the coaches get out there with you guys and actually play. How does that benefit you guys, and who's the best?
Who's the best? They definitely get a little bit more calls than we do, but I don't know. That's a good question. We need to get back to that and think who's the best.
I think it's a point. I mean, at Yale we only had 4 coaches, so like you couldn't really play with them. But speaking with the guys last year, it was like that was the biggest surprise to them right away. Was like we'd be doing 5-on-0 and then 5-on-5, and the coach would be guarding us, and it's like we have such a young staff. And the oldest guy is 45, and when we're lifting at 7:30, they're in there with us, and they're doing something, and they're on the cardio machines, and they're always working out, and they're in great shape, and it's fun. It's a competitive edge, and we end practice pretty much every day with rebounding drills where we have to box the coaches out and some of the managers as well, and they get after it, and they love being physical with us. But yesterday, or 2 days ago, at the end of practice, Vlad blocked Coach Church's shot and went the other way for dunk. And there's a highlight tape of it somewhere. I'm waiting for it to get posted on the socials. But
Can we get that out there?
that's what I'm trying. They made a Sports Center not top 10 of it, and we got to get it out there. I'll make sure they post that. Playing is the most important thing in all things basketball. Like that's how you really learn, and you can go as much as you want and practice against nobody. And it's like you're fine-tuning your skills, but you really need to see what it's going to be like, and you can't anticipate whether a defense is going to drop or switch in drills. And I think for the first few months, we would always rotate bigs in practice and who was playing with who, and that gave us great versatility in that we could switch up defensive coverages, and I was able to switch some days, or I was able to drop or hard hedge or weak or whatever type of ball screen defense we're in. And now that we're getting closer to games and Vlad and I are playing together way more in practice, it's the opposing bigs are giving us different looks. And I think just for me, it's like having to guard Sam, for instance. It's a 6'10" guy who I'm chasing over pin downs. And if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said there's no shot that I would ever even want to do that. But now that I'm doing it, it's like I have a level of comfort that I didn't know I would have, and my coaches instill great confidence, and it's a lot of learning, but it's fun, and it's how it's going to get me to where I want to be, and it's going to be able to help the team as best as it can. I mean, honestly, whenever we're switching, I mean, if Roddy's coming off of a ball screen from Vlad and I get switched on to Roddy, and it's like one of the better downhill scorers in college basketball, and it's basically a one-on-one matchup with a little bit of help, and it just helps me move my feet. And I mean, again, the feedback I've gotten is that I'm way further along than I was, but obviously I want to get so much better at it, and I want to be able to confidently be able to say that I can guard multiple positions at a high level and leave no question marks.
Coming into 11 new faces on the roster, but a lot of you guys don't know each other beforehand. What's been the most important way that you guys have off the court bonded? Because you go practice every day, but off the court, how have you cultivated a team culture, team energy?
To be honest, it's been natural. Like nobody like do it on purpose. That we need to build a culture. Let's go together somewhere. It's been natural. Like guys just likes to spend time with each other and like hang out and do different things. So I think it's just there.
Yeah, I think, again, as I said with our coaches, you wouldn't be able to tell that it's a new group. You guys are bought in to the same goal and have everyone's interest in mind. And from a off-the-court standpoint, guys get along. The freshman class are all really close, and everyone loves them. And you have upperclassmen leadership. And, I mean, after practice, everyone will sit in the locker room for 30 minutes and just talk and chat. And as we're waiting for a new locker room that's going to be done in 2 weeks, I think guys are eagerly anticipating that. And there's going to be a bunch of couches and TVs and PlayStation, so I assume that even more so guys will be bonding. But, I mean, everyone gets along so well, and it's a joy to be around everyone.
One more question for what's like in a portal? A story that sticks out of like what your phone was like, just like that whole experience of tons of schools going after you at one time.
Yeah, so I have nothing but amazing things to say about my 2 years at Yale. Coaches are great, teammates were awesome. But when I decided with my family that it would be best to leave, my circle, we decided that I was going to enter as a do not contact because I didn't want to be inundated by a bunch of schools that I wasn't interested to waste their time recruiting me, and just to save a bunch of time. And there was a short list of schools that I was interested in, and just given the academics and the type of basketball I wanted. And once we had that list and schools were reaching out to me based off of that, and I was able to quickly narrow my list down and schedule visits. And I don't know if there were, I mean, obviously with NIL, like it was all so new, and just hearing like some schools throw out numbers that like not even like that I had no interest in, like just to like try to pitch me something to their school. And that was a little crazy to me. But no, I don't think I have any crazy stories, except it's all just so fast. And like I thought it would be being a mid-major recruit with a few high-major offers out of high school to having head coaches of the best program in college basketball, like calling your phone every day. It's a pretty cool and surreal experience.
So you're saying people did contact you, even though you had a do not contact list?
I don't know exactly, but it was more of a mutual thing.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it.